her back up. Double check it, but I think you're out.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
We're grooving this morning. Hy-Vee Today, Tony Tone, Monday the 26th of February. Just like that, we are off to the races on another busy week. I hope you had a good weekend. It feels so good already just to have sunshine on a Monday morning, right? Like there's something about it. And I know that we dealt with this a little bit yesterday too, but getting out, having the sun, knowing that it might be a little bit warmer. We still don't know if spring is going to show up, but it's certainly, we're off to a good start for a Monday. So what'd you do this weekend? Did you head to Muscatine High School on Friday and watch the Muskie boys basketball team win? And now they're at Sub-State, I believe. That game is tomorrow in Cedar Rapids at the U.S. Cellular Center. Muskie boys basketball one step away from going to state. They have to play Linn-Mar. Linn-Mar defeated Pleasant Valley, which was kind of a surprise because that was a Pleasant Valley team that beat Muscatine just a few weeks ago. So congratulations to the Muskie boys basketball team on their win, and good luck tomorrow. I think it's pretty cool to have an opportunity to play at the U.S. Cellular Center. And see, if you've never been there, I mean, that's where they'll have concerts and, you know, different things like Monster Jam and Harlem Globetrotters. So it's a bigger stage to play on for sure, and we wish the Muskies all the best. And then the Wapello boys basketball team, they punched their ticket to state. Saw some great video on the news and some pictures on Facebook from different folks. So way to go, Wapello. You definitely earned it. And then there was this moment after the game, and I can't remember if Wapello played Northeast or something like that. That team, because the game was at Muscatine, which I thought was also interesting, a neutral site, if you will. After the game, the team that lost, their players ended up like going through the stands and cleaning things up, and that story's kind of gone viral a little bit. The coach saying that, you know, he's always taught them to do the right thing and to be good people. So that's pretty cool. So I do hope you had a good weekend. We're glad that you're with us today, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We do have a pretty cool shot of the butcher shop, the meat department here at Hy-Vee. We can take a look at that, where I believe Delmer is probably still working hard. Oh, he's gone. He's abandoned his post. He's back. Oh, I see him back there. Okay, so I thought for a second maybe he just kind of disappeared. Yeah, so the meat department, you know, for sure always has some good deals, and it's a good place to walk by because, you know, if you're looking for ideas for dinner tonight, you can easily come in and pick up whatever. Maybe this is going to be the first day that you start grilling again. Yeah, for some of you, you didn't stop grilling, but if you need a propane tank and some meat, we can take care of you. So, all right, we'll check back in and see what those guys are up to. I can see Mike Church over there as well in just a few. My first guest is with the Humane Society here in Muscatine, and it's Chris McGinnis. I'm so glad that you're here. Thanks for coming in. So, I have to say, you know, you have probably one of the toughest jobs in Muscatine because your goal every day, Chris, is to get people to come down, take a look at all these dogs and cats that need a home, and to send them out the door, right?
That's definitely true. And the thing is, it is not without its complications.
Sure.
You know, animals will be animals. Mm-hmm. Most of the ones that we get have been stray.
Sure.
They don't have a lot of training. They really need a home where someone is committed to make them a family member. Yeah. So, you know, many times people will see an animal and it's very cute or it's very gorgeous, a big dog maybe, but they may not be equipped to handle its needs. So I guess one thing that makes it a really difficult job is that my staff and myself are very dedicated to the animals, meaning that we try to match the family with the pet so that they go to this home, this is the last home they'll ever be in, and everything works out wonderful. We do offer training classes at the shelter. Our trainers are awesome. We have puppy class, we have level 1, we have level 2, we have agility, we have a lot of things to help people with their new pet. But we also have an application. And I take a lot of flack about the application. It's 18 questions. It does ask, what your living is. Do you rent? Do you live in an apartment? Do you have an acreage? Where do you live? And, how many kids do you have? Some animals do not deal with small children. And we don't want a bite to happen or anything negative. Some cats do not do dogs. Some dogs don't do other dogs. So really, that application is just trying to match a family with the new pet. And that's difficult. You were asking me the other day about our fundraising. People think that we just have endless money to spend on the animals. And we receive, first of all, we're an open admission shelter. So that means we take every animal. We take the animals that our city animal control officer brings to us. We take animals from owners. We take animals where possibly an owner has passed away. So many different scenarios of why we get an individual animal. So because we get so many sick, injured, neglected, abused animals, we have to do fundraising so that we can support their needs.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just one of those things where you don't have a tree in the backyard that grows money. Right? You don't have a money. If you do have a money tree, let me know. Right? But you're right. And we do have your Facebook page pulled up. And I do think it's important for people to, adopt if you're looking for a four-legged friend and you go to Muscatine Humane Society. You have some examples of some dogs that are available. We're looking at a picture right there. So, yeah, I mean, you're right, though. Y'all were selling those really great-looking apples, and you said something off the air. You said that some people think that those are, like, professionally made or that you buy them, but you and the crew are working, you said 10-hour days?
10-hour days, 12 to 14 days to make those. They're all hand-dipped, hand-wrapped, everything, and that's one of the biggest fundraisers that we do. But for example, we had a little dog, 3 years old, stray, small dog, lovely personality. She had a detached retina in her eye. It was causing a lot of problems. We had to take her to a specialist. And that was about an $800 ordeal. The eye had to be removed. And obviously, we cannot spend that amount of money on every dog. So because of the fundraising, we can. We don't have to take that money from our general operating budget. So wonderful. That little dog's been placed in a home. She's all better and hopefully is going to live another 13 years or so. And, be a great value to someone's family.
I do think it's important for folks to realize, again, as we look at some more pictures on the Muscatine Humane Society Facebook page, that you are giving these dogs and cats really next level care and you're setting them up for success. There's some great pictures, by the way. There's some very funny pictures on your Facebook page. It always seems like, Chris, there's an abundance of cats the different times that I've been at the Muscatine Humane Society. Is that just because people think they know how to take care of a cat and then they're not quite sure or it doesn't work out?
For some reason, cats seem to be a less valuable pet than dogs. And cats love to be outdoors and hunt. So people let them out, because they like to be. But they're not safe outside. And if they're not spayed or neutered, they reproduce like no other. So we have usually 100 cats in the shelter at any given time. We also take every year approximately 400 kittens and also approximately 400 feral cats. And these are cats that live in alleys and trailer courts and, places where they can't really even be handled. And neighbors don't like them because they're a nuisance. They're caught in live traps and things. And Occasionally they will tame down and rehab a little bit, but the majority of them that have been in the wild for years, they really don't make good pets.
Wow.
So, our decisions many times are we have 75 super nice, friendly, healthy cats to try and place, and maybe another 25 feral cats. And unfortunately, those are the cats that we can't continue to keep and support and try to get homes for. We adopt out about 850 animals a year.
Oh my goodness.
And those are mainly from our city and county. We usually have 170 animals plus in the shelter at any given day.
Wow.
There were some days last year where we had 167 just cats.
Oh my goodness.
So the cat population is definitely a problem.
So dogs, cats, I'm seeing a picture of some bunnies.
Yes, we have 2 bunnies right now available.
Bunnies that are looking for a home.
And those bunnies were found in a cardboard box in Weed Park.
Oh my gosh.
So there's
What?
a story for all of them.
And it's usually, Chris, it's a sad story.
Yeah,
I mean, I talk about the fact that you have a tough job. It's emotional, isn't it?
it's very emotional.
Because you're surrounded by, again, animals that, I don't want to say that they're all neglected, but,
Yeah.
They've come to you, and some of them are not in the best way,
Right.
And they don't know who they can trust and who they can't,
Right.
Well,
and then going back to the adoption, when all of this is finished and they're spayed, neutered, vaccinated, and put on the adoption floor, whoever's hand I put that leash in is who that dog's going with.
Right.
And he has nothing to say about what his life is going to be.
Right.
And so it's a big, it's a big drain sometimes on your life.
Sure.
But then there's so much gratification too. And, I always say from one minute to the next, who gets to go to their job every day and hug puppies?
Yeah.
And if things get overwhelming, that is what we do.
Yeah.
We just go and grab one and do a little training or give a little treat here and there, and it makes it all better, and you can go right back to work.
Yeah, super rewarding
It
without
is,
question. And I know that, like, again, when we've been down at the Humane Society, there's always, a couple people down there. So how many people are on the staff helping you out?
We have a staff of actually only 8 people.
Wow.
We are closed on Wednesdays and Sundays. However, the cleaning staff is still there. So the
Gotcha.
animals are still clean, fed, watered, given their medications, whatever they need. We're there on Christmas Day. We're there on Thanksgiving Day. But my staff is really dedicated to the animals. And I mean, I've got several staff members that have worked there 15 years plus.
Wow.
So we don't have a big turnover in staff.
Yeah, and it is a great facility, again, for a community the size of Muscatine.
Yes.
All things considered, the space is nice, but again, you can get to that capacity number very quickly.
That's true.
So if you're watching this, whether it's live or later on the rebroadcast on MPW Channel 5, I just want you to think about stopping by the Humane Society because, and it is kind of overwhelming when you walk in.
Yes.
When you're going to maybe check out the dogs and you kind of walk through where the cats are, they're all, they're looking for attention, some of
They
them
are.
more than others.
That's true.
And then same thing when you get to where the dogs are. Some of them are just ready to be petted and taken for a walk, and others are a little bit more hesitant. So I would encourage you to check it out for sure. What about like donations as far as monetary donations, or do you ever need supplies or things of that nature?
We actually have a wish list, and it may be on our Facebook page, but if you were a group and you were looking to do a fundraising project or something,
Sure.
We have this list we could email you.
Okay.
And the top thing on the list is paper towels.
Paper towel.
They are like gold. To keep diseases from transferring and things, we use paper towels on every single cat cage.
Gotcha.
And you're talking,
Gotcha.
wiping the floors, the sides, the ceilings, the shelves, everything. And so paper towels are like gold. We have several other items that we prefer.
Sure.
GPC helps us with our cat litter. We don't need cat
Nice.
litter. We have one kind that we use. They donate it.
That's
it's
wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hy-Vee here does have a board in the lobby with pictures of adoptable animals.
Yes.
That is looked at countless times a day. Hy-Vee also helped us with the apple sales.
Sure.
And the other big fundraiser that we do every year is in May, and that's called Cash for Critters. And you've probably seen volunteers take adoptable dogs to storefronts.
Yes.
And they have a little adoption donation bucket and an adoptable dog. And during that week, we adopt out 40 to 50 animals.
Wow.
And we take in generally $7,000 to $8,000 in spare change.
That is tremendous.
So Hy-Vee also lets us do that here. So
Yeah.
we're thankful.
Well, and I tell you what, when May rolls around and you're doing Cash for Critters, you're going to have to take a break from being outside and pop in. I don't know if you're out
Yeah.
there this early in the morning, but
Oh, yeah,
I've
we
absolutely seen that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's really, it's the little things that can build up and make a difference.
Well, and you were talking about it being a little overwhelming coming into the shelter.
Sure.
Some people do have a problem seeing how needy the animals are and how many there are, and
Sure.
it's very heart-wrenching for them. In that case, not only do we have our Facebook page, but we do have petfinder.com.
Okay.
And all of our animals are listed on there. They've got a picture, they've got a bio. You can communicate with us.
Sure.
We can tell you anything we know about the animal. You can fill out the application through email, and then all you have to do is come in and meet that specific pet that you're interested in. So we
That's
do
really
that all the
nice.
time.
How long has it been for you with the Humane Society?
25 years this
Okay.
summer. Yeah.
In 25 years ago, did you ever think you'd be at a place where you could jump online and see all the available animals, make the process that much easier? I mean, it's, good or bad, technology is really designed to make our lives better.
Right.
And quite honestly, for people that maybe don't have time to make, frequent trips down to see what is available, it is kind of nice, isn't it?
Well, in the first 5 years that I had this job, we didn't even have any internet service.
Oh, wow.
We didn't have a computer. The shelter didn't have a computer.
gosh.
I kept track of all my animals in a spiral notebook.
Wow.
So, yes, I believe it was maybe in '99 we got our first computer, and it was right about that time that Pet Finder evolved. So, but back in the olden days when we had telephone books, they always said, let your fingers do the walking through
Yeah.
the yellow pages.
Right.
Well, you can let your eyes do the walking on your computer
Yeah.
and scope out petfinder.com because it's helpful. And it's not only our shelter.
Sure.
If you're in Muscatine, you can see the animals at the Scott County shelter, the
Yep.
Kings Harvest shelter, the Rock Island County, within, a 60-mile radius or so, and you can search what you're looking for.
Yeah, it really, you can get specific. Medium-sized dog, large dog, good
Yep.
with kids.
Breeds even. Yeah.
Wow, even
Yeah.
down to the breeds.
Yes, even down to the
Jeez.
breeds you can.
But that does
look.
make it, it makes things a little bit busier for y'all because
Yeah.
you want those sites and those pages to be updated or to be
Right.
current. So
That's true.
That's just another wrinkle to the things that you're doing.
But it's easy to do now that we have phones to take photos with and
Right.
phones to put the pictures here and there.
Yep.
And I mean, the process has been simplified since '99 when it
Yeah,
started.
absolutely.
And every morning when we come in, we usually have about 30 emails to answer because people have been shopping over
Yeah.
the weekend. What about this dog? Is this one still available? How is your bio didn't say how old he is. All those things. So we spend a lot of time back and forth emails and how far are you from where I live, that kind
Sure.
of thing.
And you probably do have folks that come in from outside the area.
Yeah.
But how wonderful is it, Chris, when you have these success stories of
yeah.
pairing, local people within Muscatine County and the outerlying areas with their new four-legged friend.
That's
I'm
right.
sure that they might send you Christmas cards. You probably
Oh.
get a lot of those, right?
Yes, and our Facebook page has an update that we just put on Saturday of a dog we adopted out 3 years ago.
Wow.
And that particular dog was a large breed, totally perpetual motion. Several people had looked at him and they're like, too much energy.
Sure.
And this gentleman got him, and here he came just out of the blue the other day, brought the dog in, told us, greatest dog ever.
Wow.
So, yeah, there's a lot of happy stories, and I think actually the good does outweigh the bad. There's emotional days,
Sure.
and there's upsetting things, but you have to believe most people are good and, go from there.
I think we have a picture of the.
That's him.
There he is. So again,
There he is.
there's a success story.
Yeah, and
right?
and he's a plain dog. I mean, he's a
Sure.
Heinz 57, just a dog.
Right.
But he's got a great home now, and
Yeah.
people love him. So
It is so wonderful to see that happen, and I know that there's countless people that adopt and that have been through your doors.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll say this again: if whether you're watching this live or on MPW Channel 5 in the rebroadcast, stop by the Humane Society. Chris, what are the hours? You said closed Wednesday
we
and
are
Sunday.
closed Wednesdays
Okay.
and Sundays. We're there 10 to 4 during the week, the other weekdays, and 10 to 2 on Saturday.
Okay.
Sometimes people say, well, why can't you open at 8? I'll tell you why. Because my staff comes in usually 6:30 or 7, and it takes 4 hours to get us presentable for people to come. Those animals party hardy overnight. And the cats, they're active at night.
I bet.
They have toys. They have
Yeah.
little balls and
Yeah.
things. Their litter pans will be upside down in the
Sure.
morning. Their food and water is scattered. And literally, they are
Yeah.
active at night.
They're having a party.
10 a.m. in the morning, we're ready to rock and roll. Yeah.
It's so hard to believe because you look at these pictures of some of the kitties, and we have one of them up right
Yeah.
now, and they look so innocent, you know?
I'm
Now-
so quiet.
Right, that's Luna.
that
There's
is Luna.
and there's Marie. So, I'm not a cat person, admittedly. I think I'm actually allergic to long hair cats, and that it is what it is.
Yeah.
But, I would say, I don't want to say that cats are maintenance free, but they're certainly
More
not
independent.
yes, they're not as needy as dogs.
That's true.
You know?
Although, very different pet from a dog.
Oh,
And the fact that they are very active at night is bothersome sometimes, Now, if you're a person who sleeps during the day, the cat will probably just snuggle up at the end of the bed, and the two of you can, interact all evening long.
Are you
But
saying that cats are perfect for like third shift people?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that
they
makes
are.
total sense.
Yeah.
We my wife brought home a cat a couple of years ago, and that's kind of when I found out that I had some allergies. And the thing that always took me by surprise is that you wouldn't know where the cat was until it like jumped up from behind the couch and it was
yeah.
on your shoulder.
Right.
It was a
Then
little
you're-
unnerving for
yeah,
me.
yes,
Yeah. Just like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So that's what you do. Plus
Yeah.
the whole litter box thing, I just can't do it. But again, that's me. I'm not a cat hater. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, be
I am
careful.
A dog person.
Don't be a hater.
Not a hater.
No.
And listen, if you
No.
are a cat lover,
Yeah.
please get down to the Humane Society and adopt them all. Maybe not all of them, but take
Well-
one or two if you can. If it makes sense for you. I think that's it. Don't rush into this.
Yeah.
And you have these applications because you don't want to have that dog or cat come back. The goal
sure.
is to send them out the door and to make sure that everybody's happy.
Yeah.
That the family or the person understands what they're getting themselves into, because it is a responsibility.
Yeah. Well, and let's talk about the value. Like you were
Right.
talking, let's just say a cat. Any animal that you adopt from the animal shelter is already spayed or neutered. They've had their contagious disease vaccinations. Dogs are heartworm tested. They've been dewormed. They've been treated for fleas or ear mites or any kind of external little bugs.
Sure.
And they have a microchip. So the
Right.
adoption fee for a cat is $45.
$45.
There is no way that you can get any of those services.
Right.
Get a free kitten and then pay for those services. I mean, you're looking at 3 to 4 times $45.
Easily.
And plus our veterinarians have looked at the animal.
Yeah.
It's had an exam. It's a great value. Dogs are a little more expensive. Their spay or neuter is more expensive.
Yep.
But female dogs are $150. Male dogs are $135.
Okay.
And again, includes all those things. And you get a free exam certificate to go to the veterinarian of your choice. There's all kinds of perks, but it is a value, huge value.
It is. And again, when you take home a dog, for instance, or a cat, I guess, in the same token, depending on how old they are. And by the way, I don't know how you know how old some of these dogs are. I mean, because when they show up, Chris,
Well-
it's not like they're showing up with their papers for the most part, right?
No, there's a lot can be told by their teeth. A lot.
Okay.
And some of it is guessing, and then we compare my guess with the veterinarian guess when they
Nice.
do their exam and
Yeah.
stuff, and so we come to a happy medium.
Well, I tell you what, when you adopt again, this four-legged friend is going to be with you in your home,
That's right.
occupying your space and wanting and deserving your attention. And I just want you to go check out the Humane Society. And we're looking at just some great pictures of some four-legged friends, whether it be on Pet Finder or if you're on Facebook and you pull up Muscatine Humane Society. How about the address?
The address is 920 South Hauser.
Yes.
It's down in the south end, just down from Kentstein Park.
Right.
Pretty visible. We also have our huge Canine Activity Center in Muscatine, which is a huge WIC building right next door to the shelter.
That's a great looking building.
That is.
I've never been inside, but I've always driven past and thought, wow, that looks really cool.
It is very awesome, and we have classes several nights a week.
Sure.
And that's to help people
Sure.
with any minor behavior issues. And then if they want to go on and say they want to, actually do dog show trialing
Sure.
with obedience
Yeah.
and agility, we can help them with that.
That's pretty cool.
So it's very awesome.
Nancy Kent must have been a true animal lover, huh? Yeah, absolutely.
Nancy Kent was real. She
Yeah.
was a real person. Felt that Muscatine County needed this.
Yeah.
And it was her passion.
Wow. Yeah, it really speaks to the kind of person like, yourself and your whole staff, because you show up every day. And again, every day is different, but at the core of what you're doing, you're just trying to, improve the lives of these animals. But also at the same time, you're improving the lives of people that are going to come and adopt,
We hope that.
Yeah. And
That's the goal.
And the success stories have to just be so heartwarming.
Central Middle School just did a project on how animals can enrich your life.
Gotcha.
And they made 8 or 10 really nice posters.
Cool.
And they asked if we could put them up in our lobby. And, they are so true of what a pet can do in your family and how it can help your health and how it can decrease anxiety and lower blood pressure and so many things. And it's very true. And they did a great job.
I got to come down and see them.
Yeah,
that's
they're great.
Yeah.
They're great.
All right. Well, I'm so thankful that you stopped by, and please don't be a stranger to Hy-Vee today.
Oh, I won't.
When we're doing the critter thing, or
That'll be May.
if you have just if you get to that capacity again and you need to get the word out, you can always reach out and we can pull up pictures and images of the four-legged friends and make sure everybody's aware of what's going on. All right.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Muscatine Humane Society, Chris McGinnis with us this morning on Hy-Vee today. Check them out on Facebook, or better yet, stop down. Not until 10 a.m. though.
Right. 10 a.m. We're open.
And what a great crew of folks down there that are really just enriching the lives of our four-legged friends. There's the Facebook page. Chad has that pulled up. Looks good, right? And again, whether you like Facebook or not, it can be useful.
Huge resource. Oh, yeah, it's a huge resource.
Chris
Yes,
said it, right? It
is.
really can be, especially
is.
when we're talking about, again, our four-legged friends and trying to find a good home for them, for sure. All right, let's check in with the camera that we have set up. The aisle cam is in the meat department as we speak. Let's see what's going on over there with Mike Church and Delmer and his crew. They're getting ready. Oh, it's quiet again. Part of me feels like, oh, wait, maybe Delmer's about to walk up. Let's see here. Part of me feels like maybe they're hiding from us. It's as if they know that we're there. I don't know. All right. We got a lot of exciting things coming up this week on the show. Like I said, tomorrow on Tuesday, we'll talk to Ed Moreno with Gentle Family Dentist. They have a pretty cool fundraiser we'll talk more about. Hey, there's Delmer back working. Let me see Delmer again. Just want to prove to people that Delmer's working. Good job, Delmer. There you go. He's working over there. I can see ya. Yeah, that's wonderful. All right, Delmer he's trimming something. It's an art form, I tell you what. Being able to use those knives and everything, I can't do it. Wednesday, we'll talk to Mike Van Sickle, who is the superintendent with Eliza Muscatine Schools, L&M Schools. And on Thursday, Nora Dwyer will be here to talk about the food pantry. And also, I believe we're going to have Rebecca Kerwin-Howe talking about the new Merrill Hotel that's opening very soon in downtown Muscatine. Do we have the cart cam? Is that rocking today? We want to send Ryan out. and we'll get Chris on her way, and we'll get Jim Simmons mic'd up. So the cart cam is definitely one of the cooler features that we have here on Hy-Vee today. It gives you the perspective of a shopping cart. There we go. Look at that. That is excellent. Oh, it's so fun to watch this go through the aisles. Oh, there's Mike. One of the mics working. This is awesome. Thank you. Great job, Chris. There's Mike Weiss. He's working hard, getting those shelves looking mighty pretty for a Monday. I just like seeing where Ryan's going to go. He's approaching the registers. Is that Sherry? All right. Jim Simmons is sitting down at the table. You know, it is cool to see the store at that level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think we would both agree that, you know, we haven't been riding around in the shopping cart in a long time, right?
No, I was watching TV last night on, I like watching geographical stuff,
Sure.
you know, and all. And they strapped one of those to a seal. So it's kind of the same thing, but we're in a grocery store, so it's pretty cool.
Strapped to a seal.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they were streaming live or anything, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, pretty recorded.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, we do have some really cool perspectives inside this building. I stopped in yesterday on Sunday to grab Scotcheroos, and this place was rocking and rolling. It was around like about 1 o'clock, and it was so busy that I ended up going through Wine and Spirits because I was looking at some new beer that had come in, and then I just figured, well, I'll just pay for the Scotcheroos over here. But my goodness, it was a fun weekend for sure. And
Yeah.
I was surprised that it was so busy because the weather had kind of broke yesterday.
It was beautiful yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
maybe people were just stocking up and they were grilling.
Yep.
I felt like I smelled some grills in my neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I haven't stopped all winter, but
So you've kept it
yesterday would
going.
have been a big day for it, right? Because
right.
the sun was shining. It was a great car washing day. Got
Yeah.
that out of the way. I mean, there's a lot of good things you could do yesterday and feel good. You know,
Right.
it could be a little cool as long as the sun's out.
Yes.
You know,
I
I mean,
agree.
I've been missing the sun big time. So yesterday was just fantastic. It was a beautiful day. We were busy here yesterday. I came in about 5:30 yesterday and did some of my own shopping, and you could tell the shelves were shopped.
Right.
So it was a good day. I appreciate it. Thanks
Yeah.
for everybody who was with us all last week. We appreciate your business.
It is definitely a sign of spring when you get those couple sunny days.
Oh.
Temps tiptoeing that 50, maybe 60 degrees.
We're pushing 60 today, aren't
I know.
we? Like, oh yeah, it's going to be great. Then they show us a little bit of snow later this week, and I'm thinking that's going to be rain. That ain't going to be
Right,
snow.
right.
Come on, let's
Absolutely.
be positive here. We can't be having any of that
The
stuff.
thing that you'll notice for sure as you drive around are, since the snow's all melted, your grass kind of has that weird look.
Yeah.
Like it's, you know,
Hey, as
Do
long
I
as
need-
I'm seeing
yeah.
grass, I don't care what it looks like. I'm happy about
Do
that.
I need to
I am
green
so
up?
about that.
yeah, it's definitely cool. There's something coming up that we haven't really talked about, but we're going to mention it for the first time on Saturday, March 10th.
Okay.
This is
Yep.
pretty cool. So Coca-Cola came to you and said, hey, we got something pretty exciting with
Yeah.
the University of Iowa.
Yeah, Herky's going to come down and see us. It's
Yeah.
going to be awesome. It's going to be March 10th, like you said. That's a Saturday morning. We're going to go from 9 to 11. It's going to be a great event. I think the kids are going to love it. We're going to try to have some special guests here that day
Yes.
too, hopefully, along with Herky. We'll be able to take pictures, autographs, all that kind of stuff. We're going to have we'll have some kind of a deal with pancakes and kids, and then we'll have our buffet going that day, obviously. But it should be a great event. It's going to be it's just some excitement. It's just something fun, something different.
Definitely.
Kind of, hopefully, you know, I don't know where Iowa stands as far as like NIT tournament possibly or
Sure.
something. So maybe that'll kick that off a little bit. And you got the women's that I'm sure will make the tournament, you know, so hopefully that'll happen. So anything we can do just to create a little bit of excitement. I'm
Herky.
excited about it.
The official mascot for the University of Iowa,
Yeah.
Herky, will be here.
He'll be here.
hanging out. I don't know if Herky says much, but he'll be here.
Yeah,
right?
I've never talked to him, to be
I
quite
know.
honest with you. So I've given him a high five before. That's
Yeah.
about all I got. But yeah, no, I think he'll be great with the kids. I know that, and I'm
Absolutely.
sure he'll be just an awesome thing to have here that morning. It'll be a
Yeah.
lot of fun. I think a lot of people come out and see him, so it'll be a good time.
It would be fun to have So again, Herky, Saturday, March 10th, breakfast with Herky the Hawkeye, the official mascot for the Iowa Hawkeyes, thanks to Coca-Cola in the Market Grill Express. It'd be funny to have Herky at one point just kind of maybe like walk the store.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Go around like an aisle or two, maybe
yeah.
try and check out. I don't know, again, if Herky has a wallet or anything like that.
I have
or
no
if you just
idea.
put it on the University of Iowa tab.
Yeah.
Every time he goes through, right?
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
I don't know. But that is really cool. And, you know, people love, again, I know that there's Iowa State fans and UNI fans. But
all kinds of fans.
The affinity for the Hawkeyes, holy moly.
Pretty.
Yeah. It's a huge thing for sure. I've known that since I started college 16 years ago. And all my friends that are from, you know, from Iowa, from the Quad Cities, wherever they're from, even up in Dubuque, they love their Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're not going to the University of Iowa. No, but I'm a fan.
That's right.
I don't care where
we should
if
be
you're
fans
from
of
Iowa.
St. Ambrose.
Yeah, exactly.
But then also, it was a good weekend. You know, I started the show talking about Muskie boys basketball. Advancing to sub-state, so they'll play tomorrow
night
in Cedar Rapids against Linn-Mar. So
what time does that game start?
I'm thinking it's 7:00. All these games are usually they start right at 7. And last Friday's game was over quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a quick game for sure.
Yeah.
And it was one of those games. And I was actually watching the video footage yesterday. That was a game where Joe Eastcamp played well, of course, but he really relied on his teammates.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, last time we played North, the teammates stepped up. They had some great defensive plays in that game. Mm-hmm. They went into a stall when I was there, and I'm like, you're going to stall the whole overtime? I mean, what kind of plan is that? And sure enough, our guys, our guards played, I thought, extremely well.
Absolutely.
They got a few tips, and that got the things switched around for us, and next thing you know, you can't stall no more when you're behind. So it worked out really well. So I look for, I'm glad we did what we did last week, and I'm looking forward to this Tuesday and just see how we do. Wouldn't it be great to get back to state? I would just love to see that.
It would be incredible for sure. I mean, it's already been a great story this year.
Oh,
and I also mentioned Wapello boys going to state for basketball. That's the first time I believe they've done that since 93 or 94.
Wow, that is so cool.
And that's one of those teams that sort of like has that storied history in Wapello.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to think no matter what happens, that the 2017-2018 Wapello boys basketball team will be thought of in the same regard as that team from 94 for them.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I don't care what sport it is. Once you make it to state, it is so exciting. You can be bowling. I know we had a really good year in bowling.
Yep,
L&M
did well. Yep.
Awesome. And just to be there as a kid, it's just so exciting. So hopefully we'll get there again this. We can get there this year. I shouldn't say again because it's been a while for us. And it'd just be super exciting for our community and and for the kids. It'd be just fantastic.
And the thing is, Muscatine playing in Cedar Rapids on a Tuesday night, Muscatine will travel extremely well.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
Yeah.
It's an hour. It's exactly 1 hour from my house, from my front door, to the U.S. Cellular Center, because I've gone up there for quite a few concerts and events.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that, if you're watching this and you would love to go, all you got to do is reach out and there's be a caravan of folks going,
Yeah, it's a great facility. We played volleyball up there, state volleyball up there several years in a row when we were in Red Oak. And wow, I love that place. It's cool.
It is cool.
Be able to play this game there, I think it'd be fantastic. I love it whenever I can go to my wife and say, hey, the boys made it. They're going to, she goes, well, you should go. And I'm like, all right, that's what I'm talking about. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, if you insist, I guess we could go.
I think it would be just a lot of fun. It really will be.
No, absolutely, for sure. So yeah, we're looking forward to a good week. As I said, we have some great guests coming on this show. Friday, that's going to be busy. Thursday is going to be busy, and then also going on this week inside the store, we're going to have a seafood fuel saver.
Yeah.
So
seafood, meat, both. We're going to do both.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Spend 25, get 15. And then we'll also have some great deals along with that on the flyer. So that flyer's here in store. We'll have it posted on our social sites, obviously. But yeah, we're looking to have a really good week in meat department and seafood. Seafood's just been blowing up because of Lent, and he's got some just fantastic deals out here. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be a great event. I thought this past weekend was real good with our fuel saver.
Sure.
If you missed out on that, you got to pay attention to our social sites, our flyers in store. We encourage you to take advantage of those things because it was 50 cents on 75, and it was a great deal. A lot of people came in for that, and hopefully you're getting all that information from us through our social sites and when you're stopping in and seeing our flyers. So
people were definitely saving some money at the gas pump.
Oh yeah,
this weekend.
Yes, it was a great deal.
I could just tell. You look at a cart and you thought,
yep.
I saw one of my friends in particular. I thought, okay, that's probably over $1.50 off per gallon.
Yeah.
That's doing it right.
I'm looking at it
that's
going,
doing it right.
That guy's a single guy, and he's piling that cart up. I like it. I'm just kidding.
No, you're right.
Seen a lot of stocking up going on Saturday, which that's how it should be. That's how
awesome.
We want it.
Yeah,
so.
No, for sure. And again, the seafood thing, it doesn't have to be. I don't know. Seafood can still be scary for some people.
Oh, it doesn't have to be
It's
at
so
all.
easy to prepare, especially if you're going to throw it on the grill or even just on the oven.
Yeah.
And the variety of things that we have here. And that's what's really impressive to me. And like Captain John is literally setting the seafood case right now. So it's done every day.
Don't be scared of seafood.
Yeah.
Seafood happens to be one of the easiest things ever to cook.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Even I can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, shrimp, if you get raw shrimp, as soon as it turns pink, you're in, right? I mean, I can do that. I do it a lot, actually, because we like it in pasta and different things.
Yeah.
And if you can turn the oven on, you can bake almost any fish there ever has
True
been.
story.
You want to throw it on the grill? Throw it on the grill. Yeah. It's just so simple, folks. Don't miss out on
that
seafood.
tuna, you literally just sort of sear.
Oh.
And that's it.
Our tuna is actually sushi grade tuna.
Yeah.
It's fabulous tuna, and that's ahi tuna. I mean, you can throw it on there, brown it on both sides, it's good to go.
And that ahi, you don't even have to cook it that long because then it's almost, you don't want to overcook it.
Right, it gets dry.
You literally just touch a hot pan or a hot grill.
Bang, bang.
And that's it. Yeah.
I'm in. I love that stuff
and again,
too. It's
good. We're amateurs, right?
Yeah.
This is not the Food Network.
I'll be honest, when I want something like, I said, Tess, I love shrimp scampi, but I can never get the scampi part right.
Right.
She goes, I'll make you a butter, so all you do is cut it off, melt the butter, throw your shrimp in. And you know what? She made me a log. It was like $9.
Nice.
And I've used that 3 times already, and I still have this much of the log left.
That's great.
And it makes the best shrimp scampi. She can do that for you.
She was making the compound butter. That's what you're
That's
talking
what
about,
I'm talking about.
She was making the
fabulous.
compound butter here the other day.
Yes. It's
making
fabulous.
the butter. And listen, I'm never going to make butter. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm never going to have time. I mean, she might as well have been like churning it and doing all that other stuff. But she wasn't churning it, although that'd be kind of funny. Like I'm never gonna Google how to make a compound butter. But when you have a chef that is your coworker and that has things that are available, whether it is like a seasoning or that butter, you're right. I mean, it's a nice thing to have.
And she might be our coworker, but she works for everybody. So
That's right.
If you come in and you want it, she might not be able, it takes a minute to make that. So if you come in and want it right then, you're probably going to have to come back, but she will make it for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes life so easy. I mean, I'm shrimp scampi now is like piece of cake, and I'm good at it. And I just tell everybody I did it.
That's
so,
right.
Nothing better than that. It looks fantastic. It tastes great.
Chef Tess is fine with you taking credit.
Oh,
People
yeah.
taking credit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she was doing a catering for a local company's Christmas party, and we were getting tagged in some of the pictures on our Instagram.
Yeah.
And it just looked, I don't even know what the menu was, but the pictures, oh my God.
I can't pronounce the menu.
I can't, yeah. And it just looks so good. So whether it is a compound butter or a seasoning, that's what I'm saying. There's so many talented people inside this store that can help you.
Yeah.
If you have questions on preparing seafood or what would go well with a certain cut of meat or trying a different cut of meat.
And the beautiful part is, it doesn't have to be Chef Tess. You ask John back here, Captain John, he knows how to cook it.
Yeah.
Sue knows how to cook it. You can ask any one of the meat guys. They'll tell you how to cook a steak.
Yeah.
And Mike will tell you every single time. The secret to cooking steak is a thermometer.
Thermometer.
Everybody thinks they got to burn it, right?
Right.
And all you got to get it to a certain temp.
Yep.
And once it hits that temp, pull it off, and I do it with hamburgers especially.
Sure.
Because whenever you have a hamburger on a grill, you always want to push on it.
That's right.
Don't ever push on your burger.
You just gotta it's almost like you flip it once, right?
Set it on there.
Yeah.
Cook it on that
It's so
side.
hard to not touch it.
Flip it over, cook it on that side, temp it. Once it hits 155, pull it.
Yeah.
And you're done, and you don't have to worry about anything. And it's just, and all the juices are still in there because you just squeeze it out,
right.
It's like totally different. I love it.
Chad is taking a shot of Captain John, who again is setting the seafood case. It happens every single day. I mean, it's so cool to see. And again, the freshness. There we go. There's Captain John right there. Yeah.
every single day.
It's pretty
fresh,
cool.
fresh. And it's just
pretty
great
cool.
seafood.
It is really good. The
We're-
quality is exceptional.
Yeah, and it's only one in town, really. I
Yeah.
mean, think about it. Unless you want it frozen. And we have a lot of frozen stuff, too, folks. I
Sure.
don't want you to think it all has to come out of that case.
Right.
Everything we have, if you want pollock, whatever you want, catfish fillets, we can do it all. I
Yeah.
mean, and they're all great prices right now. We got fuel savers on a bunch of them. Just so many different ways to buy seafood.
And definitely, you know, if you are going to start firing up that grill again, get the propane, and then maybe you've always wanted to try a different, because we're all creatures of habit. I'm guilty of that. But maybe you wanted to try a different cut of meat or whatever. That's what I'm saying. Just ask the questions. You know?
Get over to the brat patty side. They got those
Yes.
chicken grillers made out of
boy.
patties.
Those
I mean,
are
they're
so good.
fabulous.
Those
you know,
are really
and
good.
me and Tina loaded up on some brats yesterday just because it's that time of year. I told Tina, you know what sounds good? Hamburgers and taco salad, or a brat and taco salad. You know, I love that stuff, and I can't wait for sweet corn to get here. I
Oh.
mean, that's me.
That's game over.
And
right?
you look at the weather this week, we are this close, and this close. We need it bad. So.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun time of year for sure. Yeah, so we have a couple things going on. We have a pretty cool perspective in the butcher shop, where Delmer is still working hard back there, and then Ryan has the cart cam also kind of hanging in the meat department. So being able to look at that just looks great right there. Just cruising past,
look at all
checking out those fuel savers.
I mean,
Yeah.
folks,
Again,
if you ain't getting free gas, you're not trying.
right. It's
I
so
mean,
easy.
You almost don't have to try.
Right.
You just buy what you like, and it's there. So, good
All right,
stuff.
we're going to have a fun week. Again, tomorrow, Ed Moreno with General Family Dentistry talking about a fundraiser that's helping out West Liberty
Yes.
and West Liberty Schools, I believe.
Yes.
We got flyers up for that in the
Yep.
store.
Yep.
Wednesday, it's Mike Van Sickle, Superintendent, L&M Schools. We're looking forward to talking to Mike. He's a great guy.
Yeah,
Just
excited
sharp
about
as
that.
a tack.
Yes.
Very smart, very nice guy. Thursday, Nora Dwyer with the food pan. And Nora is just, I mean, Nora, you could have 3 pages of things. Nora Dwyer, she's with the food pantry. She's also like a licensed massage therapist with RMT, but then she's just good people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
She's
doing good
involved.
things. Just
And then,
doing
like I
good
said, I
things.
think Rebecca Kerwin-Howe and the crew from the Merrill Hotel, which is going to be opening very soon.
Yep. That's going to be a big deal.
They're getting down to the wire.
Hopefully,
I mean,
we get the governor back and talk to her again.
yeah, the
You know,
governor
that'd
will be in
cool.
town for that. So there's so much going on.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. So stay tuned. Remember, you can always stream Hy-Vee Today on Facebook, YouTube, Apple TV, Roku. But you can also catch the rebroadcast Monday through Friday at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on Muscatine Power and Water Digital Cable Channel 5. Thanks to Remax for letting us put it on there. So many people
That's
are telling
super
me
cool.
that they're watching it
Yeah.
on TV. And it's almost like, you know, when you get on TV, it's like, it's like you got credibility. I'm like, I thought we always had credibility, but you put us on TV, it's a whole
Bang, you're a movie star.
Okay, right. I'm like, all right, well, if that's what it took.
Yeah, heck yeah. I'm going to watch it tonight. You bet I am.
I'm always a little bit self-conscious about like, well, I think I need to get that haircut finally, so I'm going to do that this week.
TV adds 20 pounds.
That's
just so
right.
you all
Yeah,
know.
that's right.
I just want you all to know that.
These cameras aren't doing us any favors, that's for sure. All right, so thank you for watching. We appreciate it. We'll take one last live look in at the butcher shop, the meat department here at Hy-Vee, see what's going on, make sure we're not missing out on anything. Look at Delmer working. Oh, it's great. Just wait till his song comes on, like it does.
We should keep a
several times
camera on
day.
him every day. That way he knows he's being watched. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's a lot of times he ain't going that fast.
Whether it's on or
Just
not.
kidding.
Yeah, just have it there. All right. Thanks to Jim Simmons, as always, for being here. Thanks to Chris McGinnis with the Muscatine Humane Society.
That was a great deal. I'm
She's
glad she was here.
wonderful.
Yes.
They are wonderful people. And Ryan, go ahead, take a quick stroll. Let's see what's going on the old cart cam as we wrap things up. And we wish you a great rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 8:30 as we do this live. Check it out. Cart cam in action inside your Muscatine Hy-Vee. We'll leave you with that. We'll see you tomorrow with Ed Moreno. And a fun week ahead, as I said.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.